Today, what I want to talk to you about is working on your business and working on that business every single day. To me, a business is kind of like a baby. It requires your attention for all of its needs. That's the same way it is with a new business. A new business cannot do much of anything for itself. So you, as a business owner, have to make sure that all of its needs are provided for. And get out of the thinking that you're going to have a lot of support. Because in most cases, it's going to be you and you alone pushing that business forward every single day. And what we don't take into account is some days that ball is not going to go forward. It's going to go backwards. And you have to have the intestinal fortitude, the strength, the character, the courage to keep pushing forward even when it seems as if the ball is not moving. Because it's all about going forward regardless of what challenge you face. And that can be scary. That can be have you a little bit uneasy sometimes. But that's what you have to do in order to win in this business. The freight broker business it's a requirement that you develop the confidence that's necessary to keep going regardless of what comes into your way. You have to keep moving forward. Confidence is one of the biggest things that I see that we have to develop, and we have to continue to work on it. We have to continue to work on becoming better salespeople, better negotiators, better business people every single day. I just think that a freight broker business is by no means a side hustle. If you approach it like a side hustle, to me, it's something that is going to never ever get to where it could get to, or it's going to fail, because a side hustle to me is something that, you work on when you have the time to do it. A freight broker business is something that you have to make the time to work on, always giving it, what it needs. Again, like a baby, it's going to need for you to do certain things in order to make it successful. And you're going to have to decide to do those things or fail. That's just how it goes. I cannot put that, any more clear. You have to decide to make the decisions to do what is necessary to make your business successful, or it's going to fail. That's just how it goes. I've been in this business now for 4 years, and I cannot tell you the number of challenges that I've had to face. And each of those challenges present its own, problem. They have their own problem that comes with it. It can be tough sometimes, but the reward is super, super great if you know in your heart that this is what you want to do. It's easy to attack challenges when you know for a fact, what you want to do. You're focused on where it is that you want to go. It's easy to attack challenges. But when you have, this mindset, when you say to yourself, oh, well, I can always go to plan B. Or, I'm not sure if this is something that I really want to do. Or, this is a little bit more than I thought it would be. When those kind of thoughts start coming to your mind, you start second guessing yourself, then you've basically closed the door of opportunity. That's basically what has happened. Because now when those thoughts start to creep in, you start to wonder, you start to look off and not pay attention and focus on your business. A freight brokerage, again, to me, requires that you do something with it every single day. Let me give you an example. When you first start out, your main objective is going to be get a customer. You have to get customers, because customers are going to ultimately decide whether you have a business or not. Customers are going to give you the opportunities that you need to make your business a business. Because when you first start, it's really not a business. It's just, this thought, this idea, this hobby that you have in mind. And you have to work on it and work on it and work on it until you turn it into a business. So we have to be that person that's willing to do those things every single day, working on obtaining customers for your business, working on becoming better negotiators, because you're going to be negotiating with shippers and you're going to be negotiating with carriers. But in order to be better negotiators, we have to understand our work. We have to understand the lanes that we're working in. We have to study our craft. See, some people think that negotiating is just about talking, sounding good. But that's not it at all. That's far from, what it really is. Negotiation, in my opinion, is understanding the framework, understanding what it is that you are challenged with when you're talking to when you're talking to carriers and when you're talking to shippers. Some of us just try and negotiate on the carrier end, but like in real estate, you want to win when you buy the property. When you make that purchase, you want to win then. You don't want to wait until you sell in order to make money. You want to win when you first buy the property. Well, that's the same way with freight. You want to win when you get that freight from that shipper. Okay? When you're winning on the front side, then you set yourself up to win and succeed on the back side when you sell the freight to the carrier. So it's not just about negotiating a lower price with the carrier. It's about negotiating a price that's going to work for the shipper, the carrier, and of course you, the freight brokerage. But what we have to understand, we have to be priced correctly so that everybody gets paid. Everybody gets to, the shipper gets to be happy, you get to get paid as a freight broker, and your carrier gets a profitable load as well. So we have to understand those things, and when we understand them, we can approach it in the right way and get, where it is that we want to go. Another big thing, don't allow for other people's insecurities to become your insecurity. People have a way of putting things over on you, making you feel as if you cannot do something. But what we have to get in our minds very, very quickly is this is about you and what you are willing to do. It doesn't have anything to do with anyone else when it really boils down to it. And when I'm saying anyone else, I mean that circle of people that we have around us sometimes. Sometimes unknowingly, they try and make sure that we are okay and make sure that we're safe and secure. And they say things like, oh, you shouldn't, invest any money in a business, or you shouldn't go out and try and live your dreams. Just stay in your safe bubble. Well, that's a very limited life. And in them trying to protect you, and some of them are not just trying to protect you, some of them are trying to tell you you can't do something because they can't do it. That I understand that. I understand how that goes. I haven't had that problem in my career. My people have been very supportive of what it is that I've wanted to do. But at the same time, I block all the noise outside. Because it's good to have somebody telling you can do something. But the reality is you must do it. That's the reality of the world that we live in. You have to do it. And you don't really know that you can do it until you do it. So that's very important. Embrace that and go after it. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is understanding how your customers get paid. Understanding that process. You see, in order for your carrier to get paid, he has to pick up, drop off, and there's a lot of things that go on in between that. And why do I say understanding how they get paid? Well, that's just understanding how the money moves. Because when it really boils down to it, what a freight broker is, in my opinion, is a mover of money. And we want to understand how the money moves, how it works, the specifics of it. And when we understand that, we can better, create deals that benefit all of us. But if we don't understand how the money works, we don't understand how carriers get paid, we don't understand how our shippers get paid, we really don't understand how we get paid, it's going to be, more difficult for you to navigate this wonderful world that we live in as freight brokers. So understand the money, how it moves, how everybody gets paid. That's a very, very important and critical thing that I think that we should all spend a little bit more time in. Now, another thing that you are going to also be dealing with is managing a business. When you're managing a business on a day in and day out basis, you're not going to know everything. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to be trying to figure out, what works and what doesn't work. You're going to be also trying to figure out what do you need and what you don't need. One of the biggest challenges that I had was figuring out what I needed and what I didn't need. I was spending a lot of money on things that I didn't need. So, when it boils down to it, you have a lot of money going out of the window. So it's money that's coming in, but when you look on the other side and you see what's going out, you can easily be in the negative. So you have to be a very good business manager. And you don't have to start out that way. I'm not saying that at all. What you have to be willing to do is learn to be a better business manager, be willing to study, watch YouTube videos, do some self-study, some courses that you can take to help you become a better business manager, a better business person. That's so very important and critical to your success as a freight broker. Now, the other thing is that we want instant success. We want things to happen very quickly. And I've been saying this for quite some time. When it really boils down to it, there's a very small percentage of people throughout any business that have very, very fast success. Success usually comes over a period of time. Again, I've been doing this for 4 years. And the first year, I didn't make a whole lot of money, but I was, moving loads and understanding the process, setting it up so that I could make money. In the very beginning, I wasn't making any money at all. The first couple of months, I didn't move any loads. I had to learn the process, learn how to get someone to give me an opportunity, and then set myself up to start making money. And money comes this way, I think. As you learn, you're going to make more money. But what we also have to understand is that in the early beginning, it's not about you making money. It's about first establishing the fact and believing in your own mind, and then proving it that you can make money sitting here at the comfort of your own home, from your own computer. That's what it's about first, making some money. And when I say some money, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever it is that you can start with to say, okay, I'm gonna make it a goal. For this week, I'm gonna make $100 from my home. When you can go out and do that, now you've proven to yourself that it's real. You can actually do it. So then it's about moving your business to a point where it can take care of itself, take care of its own bills. And when you get to that point, now you target, okay, I want my business to take care of me also, to pay me a salary, okay? Because that's what we want to move to very quickly, where we're paying ourselves a salary, okay? That's real business, but it takes some time to get there, and you cannot get drowned in your failures early. It's easy to get drowned in those failures and, just feel like there's no way out. And now you're foregoing what you really want to achieve based on, I couldn't get out of the starting block. No, you're going to trip up sometimes. Realize that. Accept that as that's just what it is. Pick yourself up and keep moving forward. That's what this thing is all about. I can go on and on and on, but it's all about moving forward when things are dark. We can all have a smile on our face when the sun is shining, it's clear blue and 22, but when the storm comes, that's when it really separates people who are going to succeed and people who are not. When that storm comes, how do you stand in the face of danger? When, you're maybe a little bit fearful, how do you react to that fear? How you react to that danger? See, because life is not about what happens. Life is about how you respond to what happens. So I want you to take a very, very good look at the freight broker business before you come into it. Decide if this is something that you really want to do. Don't approach this like a side hustle. A freight brokerage is not a side hustle. It's something that you got to spend time with and work on it every single day. You got to make it your baby. And when you make it your baby, you take care of it. You nurture it. You grow it. You develop it. And as that starts to happen, you start to see your business grow in stages. But give it a long look. Do very good due diligence before you make the plunge into a freight broker business, because it's all about looking at it, making sure that it's for you. And once you've said that it's for you, don't ever turn back. Keep going, and don't stop. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Just trying to give you an overall look at what a freight broker business is, what it's not, and also to help you to make a decision when it comes down to, this is something I want to do, or this is something that I'm not, I don't want to do. I just want to try and help you make a decision that's going to benefit you in the long run. But take a good look at it. Once you make the decision, go for it and never look back. Okay? But now, if it's something that you're looking to be easy, something you're looking at as a side hustle, I think you probably should continue looking. Continue looking at something that you're willing to commit more of your time to. Even if you have a job, it cannot be a side hustle, in my opinion. Even if you have a job, of course, you still, dedicate the time that's necessary for you to fulfill your duties at work. But then once you get off work, you got to come home and take care of your baby. That's your business. And a part of that, a huge, huge part of that, is improving your overall self every single day. Getting a little bit better tomorrow than you are today. And don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do something. If you have it in your mind and your heart to do it, you absolutely can. Okay, so if you're interested in learning more about the freight broker business, how it works, want to hear me actually doing the job instead of just talking about it, talking to customers, letting you see all of the paperwork that comes with, moving a load from point A to point B and learning how we make money as freight brokers, and you want that for free, just go to our website, www.brandonthefreightbroker.com, and wait for the pop-up to appear, enter your name and your email address, and I'll send that video series out to you for free. You don't have to worry about paying us a dime for that. And that way you can see better how it works instead of just going into it blindly. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this has been helpful. I wish you the very best in your life and your business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.